I'm here with Casey Gendason, former Emory University admissions officer and currently an admissions counselor at a top private school in Texas. Casey, thank you for being with me here today.
My pleasure. Glad to be here with you.
And today we are going to be talking about the academic index and how the academic index factors in to the admissions process and the recruiting process. So Casey, first could you just explain what the academic index really is and what makes it up?
Absolutely. The academic index is a way for colleges to compare athletes who are looking at the school and determine where they will fall among other recruited athletes and the wider applicant pool at that college. And so colleges use the academic index to give coaches a sense of how competitive a student is going to be when he applies to the college. And so colleges use three main factors to calculate the academic index. The three factors are the high school that you attend, knowing that high schools are not all created equally and that some are known to be more rigorous and challenging than others. It's a subjective measure, but still it is factored in. The transcript, which is comprised of the courses that the student has taken at his school relative to what's offered. So if the high school offers AP, IB, honors classes, the college wants to see the student take those types of courses. How the student has performed in those courses, the grades, the GPA. If the high school ranks, then the colleges will certainly factor that in as well. And then scores from the SAT or ACT, and potentially some SAT subject tests if the college wants to see those. But for standardized testing, it's mainly the scores from the SAT or the ACT. This comprises what we call the academic index. And then the college has specific bands, is what they call it, for the score to fall into a particular band. And depending on the band where the academic index falls, a student may be significantly more competitive at that college when he or she applies to the school. So it's a way to compare athletes who are looking at the same sport, who are looking to play at this school, and how they have performed in the classroom.
And what schools really put more emphasis on this academic index?
The Ivy League schools are known to use the academic index fully and thoroughly. So it is known that the Ivy League schools use the AI and the bands to compare athletes. I would also say that highly selective schools that are not in the Ivy League, keeping in mind the Ivy League is an athletic league, and that is turned into a group of highly selective, academically prestigious colleges, but there are many other colleges that would fall into the academic prestige and highly selectivity admission category like the Ivy League. Many of those schools will take a look at and use the academic index as well. And I think even some smaller private liberal arts colleges that are not in necessarily the Ivy League but have the selectivity of Ivy League schools may use the academic index as well.
And is there anything that the recruited athlete has that is special to him, that is not required of the other students that in regards to the academic index?
So a student who's being recruited to play a sport and has done well, but not necessarily at the top crest of the applicant of the high school, is not at the top portion of his or her high school class, may still fall into a top band. So there is some flexibility with the GPA and possibly with the test score as well. It does depend on the sport at times, and it does also depend on the school where the student goes, depending on how rigorous and competitive it may be. Okay, but advice that I have for recruiting athletes is that you want to give the coaches as much as possible to work with when it comes to being recruited. So putting your best foot forward and doing as well as you can in school and on the standardized test is only going to help you gain admission to the college.
All right, great. Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome.
And for more information on the academic index, go to www.brainjockzone.com. Thanks.